doing this at 60%, well, probably 70% speed, right? So you figure you're 55 miles an hour now. If we get you up, with this pitching wedge, 25, you'll swing this 75 miles an hour. So 20 more miles an hour, right? Mm-hmm. So 20% more energy. So here is, and this is, so your first parallel going back, that eyeball I talk about, the club face is looking at the golf ball, right? Mm-hmm. Awesome. This is just, it's almost so textbook it looks like a setup. If I showed this before and after, okay? It really does. So now the club face is on the other side of the shaft, isn't it?
Yeah. When
it previously was way over here.
Totally opposite.
Yeah. So now as it's working down, you've got TrackMan numbers that are completely different. Now the club is tipped on the ball side of vertical, isn't it? When it was laid behind vertical, right? So the vertical I refer to is just this. If I were to draw a vertical line up here, here's 90 degrees, and the toe is tipped on the ball side, right? So now as this works through, it just doesn't get a whole lot better. Nobody in the world can hit it better than this at this speed that far. So here's a perfectly compressed pitching wedge. It just does not get any better. So here, and what's nice is the ball is flying off on the horizon, painting a line, right? Mm-hmm. It's like it's Mo Norman-esque off this line. It's got a teeny bit of negative spin axis. It's drawn ever so slightly, so there's a little friction between face and path, which is very good. So the face was probably pretty much spot on when you hit it to that yellow stick on the ground. And the path was probably a fraction to the right. So it started dead straight and it drew just a fraction, okay? So that's completely different for you, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Like way, way different. If I put in, so it's 12 o'clock, right? And we started at 9 o'clock. And I put in this one. And somebody in cyber world watched this, they would think I was making this shit up. Okay? Because this club face at the top is so laid back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So on TrackMan you had what, 70 miles an hour speed? I forget what it was.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Like 10 degrees open.
Okay, so the face is wide open, right? Let's go to the top here. So your speed was okay for a pitching wedge, just such a deflected strike. So now the club face is in a completely different looking place. We've changed how you're set up to the ball, right? Mm-hmm. So your swing is not only way shorter, the face is dramatically different. Let's watch how this on the right comes back down through. Face is laid way back. So let me carry the one on the left a little farther down. One's black and one's white. That's how different they are, mm-hmm. Right? And, sequence these up here and watch this face. You're swinging this on the left, you're swinging 55 miles an hour. On the right, you're swinging 70 miles an hour. And as you come into this, you can see how wide open. This face on the left is perfect. It's tilted ball side of vertical. There's vertical. You're on the ball side. Here's, toe side. Way, way, way behind. Toes hanging back of vertical, right? Mm-hmm. So as a result, here's that way outside in. Yeah. No chance at the last second trying to solve it. Very glancing, super high. Yeah. You were hitting these how far? 70 yards, maybe?
Yeah, 70s, yeah.
Okay, so here is way less club head speed, way lower ball flight. Check this, how this ball is coming off here. It's hard to see down the line, right? But you can see how quickly and how high this gets. Yeah. So it's out of the frame. and this thing stays in the frame until it lands. You know, let's take a look at how post-impact these things look. You know, so take a look at how different the club face looks post-impact.
Yeah.
Really different, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's your, you know, scoopy layback look on the right, and there, you know, what you feel is roll because you've had so much layback in your swing prior to, right?
Yeah.
So just, you know, a huge difference. And I'm serious. I mean, this is, you know, if you let me, I'll post this. I'll put it on my Facebook
Yeah,
page.
you can post whatever you want.
Because this is a joke how well you responded to these few little drills. Because this is, for 55 miles an hour, you know, doing this drill or whatever it was, 52, 57, 55, you're smashing this golf ball. You know, your smash factor is in the 1.3. You can't hit it any more solid because your face is a little close to the path, which strengthens the strike a little, right? Your path is now rightward. Your path on TrackMan on the right screen here was so leftward. You know, it's way too far left.
Yeah.
You know, and its face is wide open, so you got such a deflected strike. You know, high, weak, and nothing on it. In the wind, the guy on the right doesn't have a chance.
That was me.
In the wind, this guy on the left just basically takes a bit more club and makes this swing all day and hits stingy, you know, shots that the wind doesn't touch. So, I mean, you're hitting this wedge now. You know, you're flying that pin out there. You're hitting it, you know, 90 yards, right?
Yeah.
With 55 miles an hour club head speed, or 80-something, 90 yards. On the right, 70 miles an hour club head speed, hitting at 70 yards, or 75 yards. So in the wind now, you're going to take this action on the left, and, you know, you'll hit 7-irons, you know, $150 something now. But you'll take 7-iron out and do this, and just hit a stingy 135 shot. That'll stay low, and you'll have to manage the bounce and roll a bit, right? But the wind's not going to hammer it like this guy on the right, because this ball's going vertical, nowhere. And then the wind just, you know, slaps it around, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so way, way different change.